Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Married at First Sight Australia, Season 9, Episodes 25 through to 28. And before we get into the meat of these episodes, Chris, I have to say, I am so happy watching this, even though I'm also in equal parts irate. And I have to say, I think this may be the greatest week of reality TV since we have started podcasting about this crap. Certainly from my perspective, I just thought this week was just mind-blowing for me. So where do you want to start?
Dave, in agreement, my friend. Me and Sam have been sat there fucking fizzing this week, Dave. Topped off last night, unbelievable. Well, let's get some of the. There was a bit of drama at the start of the week, so we had the sit down, didn't we, where everyone was together, the dinner party stuff with the judges.
Dinner party last
week,
yeah,
the commitment ceremony and stuff on it with the judges.
Oh, that's this week, yeah. So that's episode.
So we had that, but we had like the couples questioning, Jackson's questioning Liv finally, and we kept getting this VT, this fucking weird thing where she's questioning for going to the gym, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, what? It makes him feel good. What the fuck is the matter with you, Dave? Oh my god, I'm going to find it hard today to not fucking absolutely annihilate Olivia, but fuck me, she started off on fire.
I think we're going to desperately try to not make this the Olivia episode, but I almost feel like it's going to be an elastic band that we're just going to keep coming back to. I mean, in the commitment ceremony, you can see that Jackson, he's starting to get these little red flags here and there. And he's speaking to the camera, and he's saying about all these little red flags and stuff. But when he says something to Olivia, and particularly when she puts on the waterworks, he just fucking crumbles. And he's just like, yeah, that's okay. And finally, he said something in the commitment ceremony about some of these little things that he doesn't like. And, he's seen a side to Olivia that he hadn't seen before. And I fucking loved it, Chris, because, what's her name? The kind of, Alicia, the expert, the sex expert, Alessandra. And she's like, really? You haven't seen that? Because we've seen that. I thought, brilliant. And I think I said, I remember specifically, Chris, in the episode when Holly was sat there on her own because fucking Ginger Tosser had fucking left her, old gaslighter there. And Olivia decided to just fucking lay into her, and Jackson backed her up. And I was like, fuck them. There's something desperately wrong with them. But that was the only thing we'd seen from the edit. Whereas I'm thinking maybe there's more that Alessandra has seen there that are red flags from Olivia. And the whole gym thing was, since we've mentioned that, let's jump a little bit forward and then we'll come back to the commitment ceremony. But I thought, my blood was boiling. I mean, both you and I, we love working out, middle-aged blokes, not frat boys, not fucking doing it so that we can go on a fucking bodybuilding competition or something. We like to stay in shape, or close approximation to being in shape. We like to try. Let's put it that way. And she is just fucking dismissing it. And this is one of the things that we always go back to, the hypocrisy that we see in all of these contestants across all of the different shows. We know she's had weight loss surgery, and she's saying to the camera, oh, I hate gyms because I go there, and I try, and then, nothing works because my metabolism's rubbish, and I'm like, oh, fuck off. You are just making absolute excuses now. And actually, I don't believe fucking anything that you've said before, because you are literally in the gym there, Jackson is working out, and this is the most fucking uncomfortable thing I think I've ever seen, because Jackson's working out there and she's just stood there with the face of thunder on her. Just like, oh, your metabolism's low, but you stood in a gym doing absolutely the square root of fuck all, except fucking exercising your frown. It just, Chris, I thought my blood could not boil anymore at that gym thing. And I think to top off the cringiness or the awkwardness is when Jackson's like, I can't remember the word he used now, but it was something like, this is my world, Missy, or something like that. And she's like, I'm your world now. And I
Oh
was like,
my God. Yeah.
oh, but he just fucking gets over it, doesn't he? He just dismisses it and he just kind of brushes off past it.
Yeah, and you know what, Dave? It's absolutely disgusting. Like you say, we're both middle aged. I've been training since I was 15 years old. Mine was all to do my weight. It's a mental health barometer. Me, I have to go and train. My brother's the same. My whole family, brothers and sisters. We all train. My dad was just, my dad still trains. He's 60. I was my dad 66 this year, and he and my mum do a 5 mile walk every day. And my dad's always run, done weight, always struggled with his weight like me. That's where I get it from. Always is up and down, but we always train football, whatever we do. So if Sam had said to me, Dave, no matter how long if she says to me today, this is genuinely on the level, you're not going to the gym anymore, or you're not training anymore because you need to put me first. I'll be like, well, I'll make the time. And what I'll do, Dave, which you know what, you're the same, I'll go to the gym early in the morning. 4 o'clock club, 5 o'clock club. I've got a gym at home. I'll go in there. I'll do whatever. She doesn't say that because Sam loves training as well. But, as an example, if she said that to me, if you ever train, I'd be like, fuck off. We are over.
You wouldn't really be though, would you?
Well, she's not going to listen to this.
You'd say it under your breath quietly.
I'd text her from 100 miles away. Yeah, 100 miles away. Or I'd go, Dave told me to tell you to fuck off, whatever. But no, but I would, because that's my earth rod. I need that. I need that feeling of like escapism, something that's just about me, my body and my mind. And that's what Jackson's is. She doesn't know what he's been through. She'd been together for a few months. There may be stuff that he's not revealed to her. What a fucking dick. And Dave, there's no such thing as a slow metabolism. These fucking people who are just lazy, right? It's absolute non. I'm a trained personal trainer, right? And you know how much fucking my weight dictates my moods and that. I'm a trained personal trainer. I don't do it anymore because I feel a fraud. Because I'm not in shape. This isn't a pity party on me or anything. I've said it loads of times, but when I get back in shape, I might do it again. I don't blame it on metabolism or anything. It's like, no, Chris, stop eating fucking chocolate. Stop drinking fucking Prosecco and fucking Jack Daniels at weekends and takeaways. And then I'll get back in shape, Dave. And when you're at that, and I'm just like, I sit there thinking, why can't he do it? He's only late 20s. Oh, she's fucking horrid. And his friends sat there enabling it. They were just like, not enabling it, because I'm not digging them out, but they were like, I was waiting for one of them to say, oh, I think you're fucking out of order. I think they just sat there going, holy shit. I'm sure the WhatsApp group, which probably is named Jackson and Olivia from his friends, is like, fuck me, we need to help this guy because, she's fucking, I'm blazing, Dave, but what a fucking contestant on the show. She's horrible.
Over on The Bachelor, we really enjoyed Sinead, didn't we, as a villain? Yeah. Because she was kind of self-aware. She's kind of doing these horrible, villainous things, but then she's saying to the camera, like, in not in private, but away from the group, oh, I'm doing this. It's brilliant. Fuck off, bitches, kind of thing. We kind of enjoyed that kind of gameplay, but she's got no self-awareness at all. And I think Jackson's friend group there probably, they're not TV stars. They're not used to being in front of the camera. They're probably just being on their best behavior, but they must be thinking inside, like, yeah, this is a bit fucked up. She's just literally, coming in and trying to rearrange his life. It's like, no, you're married now. It's just, you have to give up all those things. I'm not going to be sat there on my own. How about you go to the fucking gym then? Or maybe get a hobby, or not try and, get a husband to fucking, to become your new hobby kind of thing. But Chris, I'm gonna. I think we have to put a pin in that because,
Yeah, I
like
know
I
we
say,
do.
we're desperately trying. Right, we're going to stretch away from the Olivia and Jackson thing because they were interrupted. So as Alessandra was saying about, we've seen red flags and before, fucking in walks Daniel and Carolina, Chris. And this was like Sunday's episode, and I'm like, oh, fucking don't believe it. I kind of suspected it a little bit because it was getting towards the end of the episode, and everyone thought like Carolina wasn't there, and some of the sneak peeks, it kind of implied that something was going on, which was going to have the contestants all walking out. But how do you feel that all played out?
I sort of saw it coming, but I didn't expect them to just barge in onto the set. And I sort of took it that the judges weren't aware. I'm sure somebody knew in the production and that because they just strolled in, didn't they?
Of course.
But, of course, but the judges didn't. The judges were blindsided. I took that at face value that he was singing. And we were the same. Me and Sam watched that and I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, I thought this was the peak of the series at this point. I was like, this is unbelievable. And I've got to say, they fucking Dom come out of a classic. And I didn't pick up on it, Sam did, and I rewound it. And they were saying, like, someone says, how did it happen? And Brent's like laying into Carolina. And then Dom went, yeah, she just fell on his dick like dead.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I didn't. Sam said it. And I'm fucking pissing myself afterwards. I didn't hear it myself. But it was like, they came in and they were so fucking naked. And then he said something like, Dion, poor Dion's there, and he's like, what the fuck's going on? And he's like, lovely guy. And he'd given a great speech at the start of the episode. What a look. He's like, I just wanted to be happy. And I'm sat there thinking, Dion, please don't say that. Please don't say that. Because I thought the judges were going to say, and we have a new couple. But when it descended into chaos, Dave, it was fucking gold. What an episode as well.
I was loving it. Honestly, by the end of this episode 25, I felt like I needed a nap. I was like, I was almost emotionally exhausted. It was fucking brilliant. The thing is, I'm expecting, like you say, there's no doubt in my mind that the producers knew exactly what they were doing. They've been following these fuckers around for the last couple of weeks. And, they're not just going to wonder, how do they know what time? Well, I guess Carolina might know what time, but it was all played out that they would walk in at a specific time. And like you, I kind of feel like the experts weren't in on it. So the producers obviously set this all up, but the experts weren't. And I just loved. I tell you what, I enjoyed actually. I mean, Brent, we've seen him and Tamara have a bit of a ding dong one way or the other, but in the commitment ceremonies, he's quite reserved, isn't he? He's not shouting out. It's not like Dom. Dom is the one in the group who's like, she's almost speaking for the group at times. She calls out the bullshit. But it was Brent who seemed to be the most vocal. It's saying, when did this all happen? And they're all trying to do the maths, and they're all trying to figure out the timeline. When has this happened? And it all starts to become clear that, well, of course you've not given Dion a chance, but also it's not just that she's not given him a chance. It's about how she's had a massive fucking chip on her shoulder, at the couples retreat and stuff like that she's been fucking seeing Daniel. And so I just fucking loved the drama of it. And when they all walk out, I'm like, oh, this is fucking brilliant. I love it. And you've got John there. John's like, yeah, I don't know what to do here. This hasn't happened before. And Alessandra's like, does this happen before?
Yeah. Well, some of them did say, didn't they? Dom does say, because they were like, it's fucking ridiculous. But Dom does say this has happened before, but not the way this has happened. Couples have cheated and they've been accepted back in, but not when someone's actually left. Like Daniel had already left, didn't he? And then and it was the neck of him to come in because Carolina said something, I think, when Brent was confronting her, and he said something like, about it, and then Daniel stepped in and went, well, I believe her. And I'm thinking, so you're believing this woman who's been hiding and cheating and lying behind the guy who she's with, or within the context of the show, and all this. And I'm like, fucking hell. But I do think, though, Carolina's think she's all that, and she isn't. There's
Yeah.
far prettier girls on the show. She really has a and there's nothing wrong with going and getting what you deserve. And we said from the start, the Dion and her thing, I mean, they weren't put together. It was the most ridiculous couple to put together. You know, like Kate and Matt, which we'll get onto in a sec. It's like you had two completely polar opposite people in what they want, but you should respect that person, not be a see you next Tuesday, which Carolina was. I don't like it at all. I don't agree with it. But the fucking experts again, Dave, another corking fucking couple even put together.
Yeah, but I think John, I'm not sure if it was in this episode 25 or if it was before. He said that what Carolina had said in terms of what she's looking for, Dion ticks all of those boxes. The thing though, that when people say that, I think they just admit the fact that, well, yeah, I need to be sexually attracted to him. And she talked about being cheated on with her partner of like 3 years and whatever. And again, I take from all these fuckers anything they say with a pinch of salt, because especially when, you know, some people you can take at face value because you see them do stuff and then they're accountable for what they've done and say, you know, it how it is. But when people fucking gaslight you, they gaslight the other contestants, the experts, us as the audience, you're like, okay, so I don't really believe anything that you've said in the past. But I think I could see the logic in putting Carolina with someone who is just a really good kind of nice guy, financially, you know, very sound, very successful businessman and what have you. I can see the logic, but you'd have to, from what we've seen of her on camera, it was never going to work. And I tell you what, Chris, it was in the it's in the UK maths, wasn't it, where they let a couple back in, but that was just based on, you know, the connection they seemed to have at dinner parties and what have you, and then they'd asked to come back in. I think that was the first time it had happened, but you had dagger affair thing, and then Carolina, you know, pretending like all the problems, and then getting into the Mean Girls gang and up on Dom, you know, and winding her up as well. So I thought for a minute, I thought they're gonna let him back in, but it's gonna be fucking carnage. Like, you know, you could see everyone is gonna treat him like a fucking leper. You know, it's. But I was thinking, and I tell you what, when John fucking tore strips off them, I was fucking punching the air, Chris. I was loving it. It was fucking brilliant. And I was like, yes. Now, I'm not sure how well it comes across because it was like, I've known these girls for a long time and I speak for them. It was like, ooh, I'm not sure. You know, the man speaking for the ladies without consulting with them. Not sure that one's he hit home there, but everything he delivered to Carolina, I thought was absolutely bang on. And she had the face of like a schoolgirl, like, you know, who's being told off by the teacher, that fucking scowl. Like, she's just, I fucking hate you, but I need to fucking sit here. I can't say anything kind of thing. You know, almost like fucking Catherine Tate or something. It's like, yeah, whatever. I'm not bothered. You know? So, but I was fucking loving it. And Daniel, I did like how Daniel was trying to like pacify it all and everything. And Dion was just like, you've been here 2 fucking minutes, you know, shut the fuck up. I did like how Dion was, you know, putting Daniel in his place, to be honest.
Yeah. Dave, it was amazing. The whole thing was just like jaw dropping. I was like, wow. And John delivered it perfectly, like a movie. You know, everyone, and they all got up clapping, didn't they? It was like round of applause. They got 2 round of standing ovations and that. But no, it was good. And what overshadowed all this, Dave, while this is going on, Kate and Matt went, which, you know, they had to. I was very surprised with that. That not surprised. They were the fucking most incompatible people. She was fucking chewing a wasp all the time. It was unbelievable. I've never known anyone with such a pan of piss face. I mean, Olivia, when she's got it on her, it's the same, but really unbelievable. But they'd had like Ella, not Ella, sorry.
But sorry, so Kate and Matt, I want to call out, you know, Dave's reality radar here. I did say she would make everything about him getting drunk that one night.
Yes.
And I just give her the perfect excuse, and she made it all about that bullshit. You're never given it a chance at all. So I was just glad with them too. I thought Matt was gonna, in his deluded way, I thought he was gonna say, yeah, we're gonna give it a go, kind of thing. But no, I was so glad that he decided to leave.
Yeah, I was, to be fair. And then you had Al and Sam got a bit of a roasting from the judges. Because I mean, Al fucking saying he wanted to stay when she was in tears. I was like, Al, fucking hell, mate. You know what I mean? And then he's like, I've got a plan.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, they had a go at her for being abrupt and everything. Because I think she's a bit of a snidey fucker as well, Dave. Al's an absolute banana, and he's fucking useless at reading the room and everything. And he is like a bloody Labrador. He's just so silly. So he's not completely blameless, but I think his heart's in the right place. Brent and Tamara not living together. You know, he says stay, she says leave, then he feels guilty. Like you say, Brent, he's very articulate when he's sat there. He's very calm. And even when they're on the camera, he's like, fuck off, you know, like, but when they're there, he's very good. But what I love, Dave, we just move on slightly. If we go to like the home visits, you know what we talk about Olivia and the gym thing, you know what I fucking loved? I fucking loved it. And I was pissing myself. Was when Olivia sat there with Jackson and his friends, and them dogs are walking over her, and she fucking hated every single minute of it. And she was doing that false smile, like, get them fucking dogs off me. You know, you could just tell she was fuming, and she was doing the, I'm a lovely person, you know. Oh, Dave. And that's when she just went full on bitch with the gym, as we've discussed. But I don't know if you picked up on that. It was fucking ace. I was like, oh, you just hate everybody.
Yeah, she is working very hard at this nice and lovely persona, I think. But really, underneath, she's fucking horrible. I know it was last week's episode, but, you know, again, I'm not at the point where I feel sorry for Jackson yet, because I just I think he needs to just wake up, because he's had enough fucking red flags here. What does she need to do? Does she need to burn his fucking clothes or something? I don't know what she has to do for him to see it and actually really call it out properly, not just like casually say something and then she turns on the waterworks. They're a bit like this couple. They're a bit like a fucking couple in Neighbours or something from the early 90s. You know, you think back to the retreat where Olivia's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't be nice and lovely all the time," and then Jackson's like, "Yeah, but you don't have to be mean all the time." It's like, it just feels like a Neighbours written line, but yeah, she just can't hide it anymore. She's been on the camera, and I know that she's convinced she's had a bad edit. That's what's going on outside of this show. And Bryce from last season has come to her defense, and I'm like, fucking hell! If you need fucking Bryce to, defend you, the problem is with the people like Bryce and Olivia is because they almost fucking gaslight themselves, Chris. They're like convinced that they're the victims here. But with Bryce, it's like, oh, it's just the environment, and I'm a fucking stand-up bloke, mate, kind of thing. That's how he sees himself. It's just, oh no, it's a terrible edit. They made me look really bad. No, you did those things, and they fucking showed it. That's what makes you look bad. Be accountable for your fucking actions.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm completely with you. And I tell you who I have gone off a lot, Dave, and this is more going into sort of the third episode of the week, is Cody. There's obviously a lot of things he's carrying with losing his dad. They were trying, she was doing nothing wrong. She's asking for, have you got any pictures of him when he's a kid? standard boyfriend girlfriend stuff, Dave. Let's embarrass him. Let's
Oh
embarrass
my
her.
God.
He looked like he was going to get up and flip the table. And he's got a fucking Batman bedding. He's got stuff growing in the fucking fridge that shouldn't be growing.
Hell.
He is an absolute fucking tramp, right, Dave? He needs to fucking give his head a wobble. He's an absolute fucking disgrace. But then he does this camouflage thing, doesn't he? The ghillie suit stuff, and says, right, we'll put these on, we're going fishing. I don't get what that, it wasn't even funny. I was like, why are you like humiliating the poor girl? It was just, he's a fucking cock. And when we get into the last episode, he's getting it barrels as well. He's a dick.
You know what this was like, Chris, when he was doing that practical joke? It was like fucking
I know you're gonna say
Office. Yeah. The Office, when he said, when David Brent goes to sack Dawn for stealing post-it notes.
Yeah.
She starts crying. And he's like, it's so awkward. And he's like, yeah, just a joke, really.
Yeah, you wanker, don't you?
He thought it was the funniest joke in the world. And it fucking, like you said, it wasn't funny for a start. Maybe if he'd have done it, like she saw him in normal clothes and he was like, I was only joking. Go on, go and get changed and then we'll go to the beach. But he just kept it going and going. It's like, no, come on. It's like, but that makes it not funny. And I agree, Chris. I think the guy is a fucking cock. We can make all the excuses in the world, you know, is it grief from losing his dad at a young age? Whatever the excuse, the guy is emotionally fucking stunted. Now, you know, like, I've got artwork up around the house, you know, different like comic art and stuff like that. I think having Batman bed sheets is probably it's a leap too far for me. But the guy, it's almost like he's early 20s. The guy's fucking 30 or something, isn't he? It's like he's early 20s and just moved away from home for the first time. This guy is fucking not a good catch at all. But I don't think, at this point, I'm just thinking he's a bit of a dick. When we get to the dinner party, I'm thinking, you are a massive fucking bellend. I just think the guy, again, whatever the reasons, he's not fucking funny. He's not endearing. He's just a massive cock.
Exactly. And look, Dave, come on, let's get on to the main event. I know there's a lot this week, but this is what we're here for. This is what we're fucking, you know, we need to talk about. And you're right. So we get this little thing, and Tamara gets asked in the VT, like, have you seen the pictures? And she's like, what pictures? And it's a bit of a joke. She's like, oh, the ones about Dom and OnlyFans. And you're like, oh, and we'd seen a bit of a VT for it from the episode before, you know, kicking them. It's come from nowhere, this. And again, that absolute fucking shithouse Olivia has found these pictures and will not own up to it because she's fucking dick. But Cody just says it in the dinner. Dave, you would pull, if it was me or you, if you had pictures of my missus or I had pictures, I wouldn't fucking sit at a dinner table and go, Dave, I've seen pictures of you missing with no clothes on. You'd be like, fuck you. You'd probably want to fucking chin me or fucking throw a drink on me somewhere. And that'd be quite right. And the way he delivered it to chat was a disgrace. It was a fucking disgrace. And I'm like, and he's laughing his cock off like it's a big in-joke. And you know what, Dave? I felt this whole episode, and I'm wrong. I said about Olivia at the start, like, oh, you know, weight stuff. I can relate to that, and I know I've cringed now. I can hear myself saying about her, and I slated Dom as well for being opinionated. She is opinionated. She did feel as if she was the spokesman for the group, but she was calling out correct behaviour, whether you're right or wrong. And I sort of retract a lot of that now. But these fuckers, pretty much all of them, bar a couple of them, are a load of fucking schoolyard bullies, and they're all led by that fucking horrible girl, Olivia, who must have nobody in her life has ever told her no, or she's seen this behavior and thinks it's normal, because she, fuck me, is unfucking believable, all this. But what an episode again.
Yeah. You know, and Tom on our Facebook group, quick shout out to our Facebook group, get over there, join Chris and Dave's TV reality cast. I think Tom had said, guys, can't you do a show per episode? and we would absolutely love to, because again, I think episode 25 in particular, not so much with the episodes in between, but this episode as well, we could talk for an hour easily just on this episode. But I agree, the whole group, I think multiple times, have shown themselves to be a bit shit. Coming back to your point in Cody, I think the way he delivered that was a fucking outrage. And if I was Jack is a better guy than me, I would have been tempted to fucking stand up and lamp him one, because he was saying it as if it was this massive fucking joke. No, it is fucking intrusive, you bunch of fucking bellends. And the way Tamara and Sam in particular are fucking justifying it. And Olivia, we know what to expect from Olivia. She's going to fucking, come up with all the fucking excuses in the world. But, I was expecting better from the rest of the group. But she's instigated this thing. Talk about fucking holding a grudge. She's gone out, she's fucking Googled Dominica, but when it comes up at the dinner table, oh no, it was my friends. My friends just sent it me. Bull fucking shit, Pinocchio. You have been there Googling her, trying to dish up some fucking dirt on her. And then you have reveled in showing and fucking having a little giggle with everyone else. Look at that. It's fucking Dominica. She's got a fucking OnlyFans page. Fucking slut shaming, you fucking massive. See you next Tuesday. And she's like, she's got the fucking gall to say, oh yeah, just sent it through. And I was just like, oh, hey, look at this. Oh, but there was no malice in it. Are you fucking kidding me? There was no malice in it. Fucking bullshit, Chris. And my blood, like I say, after episode 25, I didn't think my blood could boil anymore. But this was peak blood boiling, Chris.
Oh, I'm with you. For me, Dave, Olivia should be kicked out the show. I was online reading last night. There's a petition online that has reached 100,000 people want the police to investigate her because Olivia, because you are not allowed to circulate OnlyFans pictures. Apparently, it's part of their terms and conditions that the pictures stay within their site, so you cannot circulate them. She circulated them. There's a new law in Australia where you can get $110,000 fine for basically porn shaming somebody and circulating them and putting them into the public domain. So she's absolutely fucked, and I hope they actually do something about it, because Bryce, like, he's a fucking absolute knobhead. Like you say, I read this thing about Bryce, like we were saying before, and he went, well, it's the editing. No, it's not the editing. She's a fucking dick. The only thing that would allow, it would never forgive her, but the only thing that would steer Olivia to do this is if someone on the production said, we've got this picture, what are you going to do about it? Because Olivia's Olivia. She's fucking horrible. You're right, Dave. I was more outraged by the reaction of everyone on the table. Olivia's going to do what Olivia does. She's going to fucking, I mean, she said before they went, I'm just going to sit back. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to do anything.
Oh, yeah. I've got nothing to do with this.
Of course you haven't. And what annoyed me is when Dom went at her, right, and she sat there looking, and she was like, no, there's no malice. And then fucking dickhead Tamara started. And Dom's like, you fucking for real? Sam's there. Them two are as bad as fucking Olivia. Absolutely. I mean, Tamara's like, you put them out online. And it's like, that's fucking wrong. That is completely wrong. She was in a different headspace. She said, I own it. Jack knows it. Olivia's done that to split her and Jack up. It's nothing to do with, we were just, it's purely nasty, horrible schoolyard bitchiness. And even Selena, I mean, that story Selena changed. She went, she showed us on the phone. Then the next minute, Olivia went, I sent it to Selena. And I'm like, well, you've lied straight away. Cody had a go at, sorry. Cody had a go at Dom, and I love Dom's response. You can shut the fuck up, basically. He's a fucking dick. Then Jack was brilliant. Jack absolutely is like, I want to know where this is circulated. So and Ella, Mitch, to be fair, Mitch, I mean, you said this before, Mitch did fuck all, but Ella had her back for a change. She's been a bit meek and mild. She fucking told him.
I think Ella, all the way through this bullying of Dominica, has been there in Dominica's corner.
Yes.
But the problem is she doesn't have a lot of sway with the group. That is the problem. She's
Yes.
saying these things, and everyone's just ignoring her. It's like the. Do you remember the woman in Fast Show where she basically come and say something really profound to a bunch of blokes, and they just ignore her and then repeat what she said, and they're like, "Oh yeah, cheers, mate. That's a good idea."
Yeah.
Ella is basically that character, and yeah, but she was just a bit more vocal at this dinner party, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. And I mean, Al was the best. He's like, what picture? What fucking day is it? He ain't got a clue. He didn't have a clue what was going on. He's just like, he fucking absolutely.
What day is it?
Yeah, what? I don't know. What fucking
Where
that was
am I?
brilliant. That was just fucking brilliant. That was great. That was great editing from the production. But I think when Dom looked at Brent and said, "Have you seen it?" He went, "Yeah, yeah." And then Brent went at fucking Olivia. Olivia is
Yeah.
hanging. And again, there was a point where Jackson tried to stick up for Olivia, and me and Sam going, "You shut the fuck up!" Like
yeah.
Then he's reflecting, and then the judges are like, the experts are going, "This is fucking horrible. This is just a witch hunt. This is and it's bullying. It's Olivia for something is a fucking bully. It's the classic case of I don't even believe she was even bullied, Dave. It's a classic case of the bullied turns into a bully, and apparently there's some
the bully turns into a bully.
No, the bullied. She's been bullied. Sorry, the person.
Do you think so?
I don't think she's been bullied. I don't think she's ever been bullied,
Yeah.
Dave. I think she's just been enabled a whole life to be a fucking bitch. But apparently these Facebook posts from when she was 15, and obviously she's a kid, 15 years old, that have come to surface after all this, have her going at people like what she's doing with Dom. So it's not a one-off. And apparently, Dave, I haven't seen them, but there is pictures of Olivia in racy, compromising positions, Dave. So again, we're getting.
See that.
No, I'm being honest now. I fucking don't. But you had the Beck situation where she kept going at Bryce and Melissa, and it was like, hang on, you're the cheat. This is what this feels like to me. This feels like Olivia's got loads of skeletons in a closet, and she's doing the old. One finger is pointing at you. There's usually two pointing back at me, sort of thing. That's the old saying, and that's exactly where we are. An amazing show. And all I'll say to you, Dave, I fucking was fuming because I'm like, I can't see it till Sunday night. I want to know what they do.
Yeah, but I've watched this on fucking Wednesday.
I know.
And then I'm like, I'm fucking fizzing. And I'm like, at you on Wednesday, I'm like, have you watched it? Have you watched it? Come on, watch it. And you're like, no, I'll watch it later. And then Thursday, I'm like, have you watched it? Have you watched it? I'm basically like Al. I'm like a little puppy, like fucking dancing around on the spot, like, fucking, have you watched it yet? Have you watched it? And then finally, I got back last night, and you're like, fuck, a bunch of expletives come across. And I'm like, thank fuck for that. I can fucking finally talk about this episode because it was great, wasn't it? But the thing is, I've been waiting now since Wednesday. I'm like, I cannot wait, Chris. I hope the fucking experts turn it up to 11 and absolutely fucking roast basically the majority of the group, but save 2 special barrels for Olivia, because what they're all not getting, they're making this about Dominica, basically saying, well, you put your body out there, so it's basically your fault, victim shaming sort of thing. It's not about that. It is about the fact that Olivia is the instigator. She's gone out, she's dug up this stuff intentionally because she's got a fucking grudge, she's got a bee in a bonnet. And then, like a bunch of fucking school kids, they're sharing it around. And it's gone days and fucking days where they're all giggling behind closed doors and stuff. Oh, look at Dominica. She fucking got naked pictures on the internet. And, you finally wait to the dinner party and fucking shit for brains, Cody, actually comes forward and says something. And then it all comes to light. It's the gossip behind closed doors, and like I say, there's no malice. Well, what would you have to do for there to be malice? Fucking hell, stick a knife in her. It's just I don't know what the fucking bar for considering something malice is, but for me that was totally malicious. And the most disappointing thing was the reaction of the girls, I felt, Cody included. Selena was probably a bit less than Sam and Tamara, but fucking hell, Tamara was particularly judgy about it. And also, to make a little bit of a parallel, I don't know if you've been watching Pam and Tommy at all. It's actually finished now. It's on Hulu in the US and it's on Disney Star over here. But the whole fucking sex tape scandal, it really, I didn't know any of the real backstory or anything like that. And it is a really good documentary. You should watch it. But you come away and you're just thinking, fucking hell, she's basically been shafted there. No pun intended, but she, she she's basically she was put under pressure in the legal system because she'd posed for Playboy. It's like,
Yeah,
well, that's it. All bets are off now. So
yeah.
you've had a leaked sex tape. Well, you've chosen to put your body out there. So anything that happens after that, well, it's all fucking fair game, isn't it? It is a bizarre parallel, I know, and it's not quite the same, but um, yeah, I was just fizzing, Chris,
Yeah,
and I've just Sunday fucking. I don't want to wish my weekend away, but fucking come around quickly so I can
yeah.
see them get a roasting.
I'm with you, and I tell you what, Dave, I am watching it. As soon as that is on, we are watching it. Me and Sam, I went, fuck that. Whatever's on, I'm not waiting till fucking Monday or Tuesday. We are watching that. I think what's scary is they have to be held accountable for this, Dave. Olivia
Yeah,
has to be held accountable. I honestly think she should be kicked off the show. I don't think you can have. She's horrible. She's really, really horrible. And the judges are there, the experts, sorry. And like you say, I hold my hands up, I was wrong. They only see it when they get to the dinner party. They don't know what's happened. They don't see the
mm,
VT stuff we've said because obviously things are all filmed out of sequence. You've got people on different sides of Australia and all that stuff, filming it. So I get that. Australia's a huge place. It is. So I understand that. It was a bit naive for me to think that it was done scene because they never usually are. But I think what she's done has gone beyond just not liking somebody, being a bit catty with the girls. This is something that'll affect Dominica for outside of the show for a life, Dave. Because she's probably now, after watching this, she's probably one of the most searched people in Australian Google, without a doubt. And when we get, we're watching it, it's exactly the same. You can meet someone like Sam's like, have you seen it? I went, no, I haven't. So we both sat there last night looking for the picture. That's the first thing you're gonna do, Dave. Look for the picture. And it's wrong. And it's like a
I
intrigue
didn't.
thing.
Just putting it out there.
Well, I wouldn't have done, but I had Sam's permission because we were trying to find what it was. But anyway, she sat next to me, Dave. But there you go. But then when I did put it in, I'll tell you what I did come across. This is genuinely true, and I said to Sam, "Have you seen this? When you put in Dominica OnlyFans, she's not the only contestant of fucking this show, Dave, who's done
Oh,
OnlyFans.
really? Go
Oh
on.
yeah, no one from this series. But do you remember last series, the guy who had the moustache? That fucking is it Brett? He had the moustache and he was with
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
is it
With
Alaya? Not Alaya. Was that her name? Alaya. She's got an OnlyFans, Dave, because I saw the picture. And then there's another girl who's just been on
oh,
Celeb
really?
Big
Oh, that
Brother.
is interesting information.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Dave. I had the permission from my wife. I did show her the Google searches as we were looking, but she's not the only. There's a girl who's just been on. They started showing the Australian Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother, and it was only on for a couple of weeks in the UK, and then it just like got put in some real graveyard slot. And because Caitlyn Jenner was on it, so Sam started watching it. I didn't really watch it. But there's a girl on that who also was. I don't know if she was on OnlyFans, whether she was on Married at First Sight, but it come up with her, and she was also on that Celebrity Go Dating in the UK a few weeks ago, and she's from Australia. So she's got. So they just come up with loads of contestants on this who've got OnlyFans. So it's not. At the end of the day, Dave, it's making money. What the fuck does it matter?
It was a few months ago. Oh, gosh, probably 6 months ago or something now, wasn't it? Where OnlyFans were like, you know what? We are not going to endorse or host pornographic material anymore. And it was like, and then a few weeks later, it's like, we've realized that is all that is on our platform. And so we've just fucking put a bullet in our own head. So we're going to retract that. It's all fair game again. So no, absolutely fucking brilliant. But the thing is, with Olivia, you can tell. I mean, I hadn't seen the stuff about when she's 15 or what she's posted or whatever. Just that story about, she didn't like the bridesmaid's dress, was told to send it back, and so she cut it up into pieces. I mean, if you need any more of a fucking red flag than that to say this is a Glenn Close fucking, danger Will Robinson. Then you need your fucking head testing. And Jackson, I really hope he writes fucking leave in this next commitment ceremony. And then really, and you're right, I kind of feel like she should be kicked on the show. Kind of want to stick around though. I want the fucking fireworks to start off with Jackson properly. I want him to write leave, but I want him to be forced to fucking stay there and actually, actually speak his mind. Actually, the stuff that he's saying to the camera, fucking say it to her. And like I say, when she was relaying the story to Jackson's friends about cutting up the bridesmaid's outfit, I was surprised no one really called her out on it. One of his mates said something like, "Yeah, a couple of red flags." Are you fucking kidding me? She's literally to her mate. Probably said there was no malice in that as well, Chris. No fucking malice in cutting up a bridesmaid's outfit. Never mind the cost or anything like that. The fact that she can't use it again. That is a lifelong, well, I don't know how. That is a friendship that is up in flames. And she's not evolved. She's not fucking grown up at all. I don't think she ever would, Chris. And
no.
The stuff you say about people writing petitions and whatever, and I couldn't care less. What goes around fucking comes around in this case.
Yeah, it does. It does. And someone had actually said that you can't find the pictures on Google, which we couldn't really. You could see like the top of it. I mean, it sounds really seedy saying this, but you're just trying to find. We end up reading articles on it, like the Daily Mail and stuff. In the Australia and different papers about it and stuff. But what someone said is Olivia's had to subscribe, obviously with a fake account, to Dominica's account to get the picture, because OnlyFans will only let you not distribute the picture, but if you're an OnlyFans fan, apparently you can have that picture on your computer, but you cannot circulate it. So that's what the discrepancy is, and the legal parameters of it is. I mean, in some respects, Dominica's won because she's obviously paid her money for the picture or something, but it's fucking ridiculous.
Cheers for the commission.
It's fucking proper Inspector Clouseau levels.
And also the free advertising. So
yeah.
Onlyfans.com/Dominica. Thank you very much.
Onlyfans.com/Chris and Dave's reality cast.
No one's paying for that.
No, not at all. Not at all, Dave. But there you go. Anyway, so Dave, it's time to go, mate. Fucking believable episode. And mate, best reality show. And I know we're going to be doing the Bachelor finale, and that's literally like going to be going from a fucking Ferrari to a Fiat 500. No offense to anyone who's got a Fiat 500, but it's not even in the same league for me.
No. I am, I am up to date with The Bachelor. Saw the 2-part finale, and yes, it's chalk and cheese, isn't it?
But we will be releasing an episode on that very soon as well, guys. So, as always, if you want to support us, get over to Patreon, patreon.com/CD Realitycast. If you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. And if you do want to follow us on social media at CD Realitycast. So today's roll call of honor is Michelle, Keith, Helen, Brianna, Noreen, Zoe, Joanna, Helen, Katie, Dee Dee, Priscilla, Susan, Hennessy, Lauren, Lucky Lulu Green, and Kent Gustafson. So thank you so much, guys. As always, past and present patrons, we love you all. Get over to Facebook. Our great friend Charlene's over there. She's moderating and running it for us. Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. You have to join. We approve you, and we're all on there talking about it, and we get some great conversations. But the main topic this week, Dave, was all about Olivia, and how every single person was like, oh my God. So get over there, guys. We have some great chat on that on Facebook. So it's really, really good.
It's awesome, mate. And honestly, this feels like therapy. I've been like a coiled spring since Wednesday, and I've needed to get this properly off my chest. So I actually do genuinely feel a little bit better now. And because it's Saturday, I only have to wait till tomorrow to watch this episode. So like I say, fortunately, because Australia is so far ahead of us, probably midday, I reckon it'll drop. So roll on, baby.
Well, this is the last commitment ceremony, so we're winding down the series now. So this is I'm presuming this may be the last week, Dave. I'm presuming.
Chris, what is the fucking reunion going to be like?
Oh my, mate! Oh my!
Remember the last one?
Oh my days! If they do the bet thing, just one more thing, Columbo. Oh, just one more thing,
We don't really know what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
All right, John.
Okay, Johnny. Yeah, of course it is, pal. Oh, mate, amazing. Listen, you have a great weekend, mate, and make sure everyone listening has a great time. And we will be back with The Bachelor. And that's the end of that series, Dave. But I did message you last night with another series. And but
fuck you. You're the one. I'm like, right, when we got back from holiday, I'm like, right, we need to record this one, then we need to record this one, and you're like, fuck off. And then, as soon as The Bachelor finishes, oh, look at this other one here.
All right, well,
never even mind Temptation Island. Fucking hell.
Well, on the UK Netflix, anyone around the world who's listening, they may have already seen this, and if you're in Australia, but there's one called Byron Bays, and we watched the trailer, and Sam went, I saw this the other day, and I was like, and it was on Gogglebox last night, and I was like, holy shit, the Aussies are at it again, Dave. I'm all in on this, my friend. There's only about 8 episodes, and I sent you the trailer, and you were just like, fuck you. So
no, it's absolutely brilliant, mate. So have a great weekend. Like I say, thanks for listening, everyone out there. I hope you have a great weekend too. And we'll speak to you next time about Bit Bachelor.
Bye.